What's going on, everybody? It's Brian Trippe. I'm here in Birmingham, Alabama. Every once in a while, I get some questions that come through my email, sometimes in the Alleria members only page. We have some questions that pop up from time to time, and I like to give you my opinion on how you should handle certain situations. So we got a question that came in through email from a guy named Markus, and his question is, I'm new to wholesaling real estate and would love some help. If I don't find a buyer to assign my contract to, what happens? Am I legally responsible to buy it? So I've talked about this before in the past, and the first thing I'm going to say is I am not an attorney, so do not consider what I'm about to say legal advice. You should always seek the counsel of an attorney. And this may be a great question that we asked Jeff Palmer. We're doing a lot of Jeff Palmer videos. Maybe in a few weeks, we will go back and record some more videos with Jeff. And maybe this is a question that we'll ask our Alleria-sponsored real estate closing attorney. We ask him this question, but as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of dynamics that go on when it comes to contract and contract law. So again, I'm not an attorney, but this is just how we do things here at our when we buy houses with Alabama Cash Deals. If you write a contract, it's legally binding. Okay, a lot of times there are a couple of components in your contract, such as earnest money. There's going to be you have a certain amount of time to inspect the property, unless you put zero and decided not to inspect the property, just to buy it as is. So in our contracts, we if the seller asks us to, we put down earnest money, and a lot of times we'll have an inspection period, and then we'll have a certain day to close on our contract. So those are the three things that we're paying attention to. So number one is earnest money. If you have signed a contract with someone and you do not perform and your inspection period has lapsed, then you should lose your earnest money. Now, it's my understanding that the seller could actually take some further action against you and require you, and actually go to court over this and require you to buy the house at the agreed upon price. I don't really want to get into that. I don't know what the case law is when it comes to that. That's definitely a question that we're going to ask Jeff. But I've never had anything like that happen to me because of number two. So number one is earnest money. Number two is your inspection period. We will put an inspection period in every single contract, even if it's just a day or two. We're putting some sort of inspection period in there. And the reason we do this is because we do want an escape route in case we cannot sell our property on the back end, right? If we're a wholesaler, then we have gotten a contract with someone and we need to sell that contract to someone else. I will typically put anywhere from 7 to 14 days is my inspection period. Now, what's going to happen there for me, and this is the way we do things, if I can't sell that property to an end buyer in that window, then I will tell the seller that we're not going to be closing on his property, that we found something in our inspection period that we don't feel comfortable with, so we'll either go back and try to renegotiate a lesser price, or we will just completely just tell them that we don't want the property at all. We've just decided we found some things in our inspection period. It's just not really a property we feel comfortable buying. So that's how I handle it. So we have earnest money, we have an inspection period, and then we have days to close, which is the third thing. You have to perform within those days, but we will never get in a situation where we're going to either lose our earnest money or be taken to court and have to buy a property, if that's even something that could happen. We're not even going to get ourselves in those situations because we're paying attention to the dates on our contract. And if we've signed a contract on, let's just say, August the 1st, and we have 7 days of due diligence of an inspection period, we need to let that seller know before August the 8th if we intend to close on that property. That's how we handle this situation. Marcus, I hope that answer helped you. I really do think it's an awesome question. It's a great question, and we're going to take that question to Jeff, our Alleria-sponsored closing attorney. We're going to ask him that question. He'll probably give you a lot better answer, but we just like to avoid that whole situation by not even going there. We make sure we tell them in writing before our inspection period ends if we are going to move forward or not. So Marcus, I hope that helps you, and I hope that helps everybody that's watching. Guys, we love you so much. We'll see you in the next video.